Mythic Plus has been going through a lot of changes over the last couple weeks as Blizzard buffs, nerfs, and fixes mechanics. We have now had 2 Fortified and 2 Tyrannical weeks. Let's see how each dungeon stands up for a Blood DK who hovers around the 15 to 17 range for keys. Algathar Academy is a really fun dungeon. It has some fun trash packs, and the bosses have some solid mechanics that require the entire group to play correctly. It's really enjoyable to do Academy on either week. I wanted to rate Ruby Life Pools higher because I actually enjoy the dungeon. The problem is that even with the recent nerfs to the dungeon, there are still some issues that need to be ironed out. The Azure Vault is a really solid dungeon overall. The last boss can be a pain if your group doesn't understand the mechanics. As a DK, we can dominate this dungeon pretty easily. The second boss is a joke for us, and with the new route to skip the ring trash, the dungeon has gotten infinitely more enjoyable. The Knockhood Offensive is one of my favorite dungeons of Dragonflight. It's got some tough spots, it has some easy spots, it allows for groups to change up routes a little bit if they want to. And the bosses have some fun mechanics as well. Court of Stars is way too easy. You can do some big pulls in here and just plow through the trash. The bosses aren't difficult now that Melandris was nerfed, and you can actually see the lines on the ground. I like a challenge, and the court doesn't give you one. I didn't like Halls of Valor at first. I didn't remember much from Legion, so I had to relearn the dungeon. Luckily, now that I have, it's a pretty fun dungeon despite its length. The timer is tight, but with a couple big pulls and having some beer with Vikings, it's not so bad. Overall, it's probably the best dungeon currently. Much like Court of Stars, Shadow Moon Burial Grounds is way too easy. The bosses are not interesting and provide no challenge. The trash doesn't provide a challenge either. There's a reason this key is farmed all the time and being pushed higher than any other. Temple of the Jade Serpent would have been an A and maybe an S with some tweaks to the trash. On fortified weeks, this can be pretty brutal. It's fun and quick, which is a plus, and it provides groups opportunities to excel, while at the same time, if you don't respect the mobs, they will wipe your group. There you have it, all Dragonflight Mythic Plus dungeons ranked by a middle of the pack Blood DK.